I'm Christine Johnson, and I work at the Department of Human Nutrition at St. Yvette's. But I'm mostly here today representing a group called Voices Antigonish, and I'll talk to you about who we are and basically the types of things we've been involved in here in Antigonish. So basically this group, Voices, is a group that formed when the last grocery store that we had in the downtown of Antigonish closed its doors. So when that closed, there was a lot of concern about a number of things, largely the viability of our downtown. So were we losing our downtown? What was that going to mean for other businesses? But also what was that going to mean for the people who shop there and for the producers who supplied to that store? What was going to happen for them? So Voices emerged with that in mind. And one of the first things that made the most sense from a number of reasons was to engage in a good food box project. And those types of projects basically are there to find a way to connect local consumers with local producers in a different venue. And so people can order their box. All the boxes look the same, essentially, and it's all locally produced goods. And the consumer, they're sort of delivered to central locations where the consumer can pick it up. So it appeals to people that maybe are looking for convenience, maybe people who have transportation issues. We were hoping that this would help overcome some of those transportation barriers. And anyone looking to purchase local food and look for another avenue for that. So we decided to partner with the Braemore Co-op, who you're going to hear from next. And there was a few reasons kind of behind that partnership in delivering the program. Because at the time the Braemore Co-op was struggling to stay viable. It also was renewing its mandate to focus on local product. And so we saw that as a real opportunity to have a win-win situation where we would bring more customers in via this program and they would provide a lot of things to us that we didn't have. So Voices is an advocacy group. We're very loosely organized. We don't have any kind of structure whatsoever. So we needed somebody who could handle the money and the invoicing and all of those wonderful things. The other group that was a major partner, not necessarily formally, but I guess informally through their producers, was the farmers market. So the majority of the producers for our food box program actually do also are vendors at the farmers market. So they were major partners in this project and figuring out what would go in and what is available and can we even pull this off with the amount of producers that we have and the amount of demand that we have. So we did a pilot project last October, and that we defined local at the time as within the borders of Nova Scotia because we had to, start somewheres, but obviously with the idea that really our real purpose was providing additional market opportunities for producers in the very, very local area. So that pilot went off and we learned a lot of different things from it. With that, we were able to then meet with the producers early in the winter and start thinking about planning for planting extra stuff for the food box project for this summer. And the program's been running from July, since July, the start of July, and will go till about December 20th or December 19th. And we basically do a delivery every 2 weeks. We have about 35 customers, and everything seems to be going really smoothly. A few of the things that we're particularly happy about is that for all of the boxes, and we really didn't expect this to happen, pretty much 100% of the materials have come, or the product in it has come from producers in Antigonish County, and if not that area, very close by, Guysborough County and Pictou County. And so we see that as a huge success, to be able to have gotten to that point that quickly. We really didn't think that that was necessarily going to happen. So there's been a lot of commitment by the local producers to putting a lot of time and energy into making this food box project work. With that project, we also do a flyer that goes out with it, and it features our local producers. So many of you in the room have been featured in the flyer. We're going to feature the farmers market next week, and so our customers get this flyer. It gives them recipes and ideas of things to do with what they've got in their box, because some of them are getting stuff that they've never seen before, which is also a great sort of spin-off to the project. And then also it helps to promote our local producers and gives their contact information and how, if they want to buy more, they can do that. The consumers, on the consumer side, a few things. We started out really wanting to try and reduce the transportation barrier, and because of our customer demographic, transportation wasn't really an issue. It was really more about convenience for them. So we weren't really addressing the issue of people not being able to access food so much. So one of the things we introduced was a barter system where people, for whatever reason, if they're not able to purchase the box, or you have to pay in advance and then surprise you get this stuff, and if you have a fairly tight food budget, that's not going to work for you. So we have a barter system going now where they can spend time packing boxes, so all the packing is volunteer, and they get a box in return for their time. And so that sort of allows a way for increased accessibility, I guess, of that project.